Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Thursday. It is the 24th of August, 2023. Going to look at the ninth race from the spot, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the ninth race from Saratoga, which is a featured Ballston Spa Stakes. It's a grade 2 event going for a $300,000 purse race for fillies mares 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses entered. The 10 is an MTO, so 9 will head to the inner turf course, the distance of ground of about 1,700 meters, or new distance of about 1 mile and 1/16th on the Saratoga turf course. All these inner turf course races, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, originally were scheduled for a zero rail setting on the turf course, but they actually changed their mind, and they'll be run at 14 feet out. So they don't have teletimers for for the setting, so it's going to be all at about setting as an official distance. So just keep that in mind. So no track records yet. So we'll be breaking some track records in some of these races this week. But my top selection in the Ballston Spa, I'm going to take the 2-horse Consumer Spending 2584 for me in the superfecta. 2584 super top selection 2-horse Consumer Spending 4-year-old filly by More Than Ready. Chad Brown trains. Joel Rosario gets to mount. The horse's most recent appearance came in the 22nd July Monmouth, a mile and 8th in the Grade 3 Matchmaker, and the horse won by a half a length that day. And again, he just sat back early. He was a little bit wide, but when he had the turn of foot, he went away with it. I thought that was a very strong run. Coming here to Saratoga, where this horse won once already in 3 offerings, hasn't been here since her 2-year-old, hasn't been here since last summer, where she faced some tough horses. But I think she could get the trip to win. She's won since her 2-year-old campaign. Locally. 2 back, she ran the Eatontown at Monmouth, mile 16th, 17th of June. She won by 3/4 length, and she had a dream tracking trip. She was a little bit wide, but when she had the turn of foot, she went away with it. A very good, strong run after all said and done. And then the Bugay at Belmont, mile 16th in the wide, her 7th of May. She finished second by 2.5 lengths that day. She just kind of stalked along. The winner went away with it, but this horse, she probably needed the race off the bench. It was her first race since the Lake Placid last season here over the mile 16th on this inner turf course. She finished 4th by 4.25 lengths there, and she was just a little bit wide, never really showed up. They tried her in the mile and a quarter Belmont Oaks before that, where she finished 3rd by 1.75 lengths, getting a little bit that day, but it wasn't anything to call home about. And then I thought her best race lifetime came actually as a 3-year-old, came actually in the Wonder again at Belmont on a yielding inner turf course. Winning by 2 lengths from a tracking trip, she floated home. That was a very good, strong run. She's training well. She should see a good forwardly paced trip. It wouldn't surprise me if she wins. Let's use her here on the ticket. I think the 5-horse, surprisingly, it wouldn't be surprisingly if she wins for Shug McGahee and Javier Castellano. She placed behind Consumer Spending at Monmouth and Matchmaker in the Eatontown, where she just missed late. I think she could switch the tables on her. She's actually won against her 3 in her last 3. She ran against her in the Bugay also. This horse hasn't seen the winner's circle since the Endeavor at Tampa in early February, winning by a neck, coming from nowhere. I thought that was a very good, strong run. She has numbers that are strong enough to run and win against these horses. At 8-1, I would use her on the ticket, and you can't throw out the 8-horse either. Technical analysis for Chad Brown won the De La Rose here a few weeks ago quite nicely. Even the place in the Perfect Sting can win against these horses. Won this race last year with a 101 buyer. Even if she's on her B game, she can win this race off of that run that she ran last year. I'll give this horse a shot and ticket 9-5 also. But to recap my selection for the 9th from Saratoga, it's the Ballston Spa. I'm going to take the 2-horse Consumer Spending, give kudos to the 5-horse Surprisingly, and the 8-horse Technical Analysis 2584 Super 258 in your multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.